Hi, this is Michael VK5ZEA from Port Lincoln in South Australia, and another one of my famous YouTube videos, this time showing my mobile amateur station. I've had some people ask what do I use, and I thought I'd give you a quick tour of how I operate mobile. And this is it. It's a 2004 Toyota Hilux double cab utility. A truck if you live in the United States. Not a small truck, but it's still a truck. And of course in Australia here we have right-hand drive vehicles. We drive on the left-hand side of the road. Look, in the middle between the seats is a custom center console that I built. It replaces the factory console. And the reason I went for this model, rather than wait a few more months and get the new Toyota Hilux, is the parking brake, which is still in the dashboard on this model. This allowed full reign to use the entire space between the seats without having to worry about a parking brake. So I was able to use all the room for the radio control heads. What do we have here? We've got an IC2820 control head at the front, an ICF2010, I think that's a UHF radio, programmed up with some commercial frequencies for work. And the back here, this might be a strange one for some people. It does look like an ID1, but it's not. That's an ICF7000. That's ICOM's commercial HF radio, and I use that for amateur radio use. It allows me to free tune through the amateur bands, plus I have fixed channels in there for various commercial HF services. In the dashboard is an ICF400 Pro, which is a UHF CB. In Australia we have a 40 channels UHF allocation for citizen band, and that radio is for that one. Below it, there we go, has a bit of an antique. It's a mini disc player. You don't see many of them these days, but that one still works, and I enjoy that. Up here we have the GPS. It's a Garmin GPS Map 60CS and a Hammerhead 2 for APRS operation. It allows me to receive incoming messages and send outgoing messages and keep tracks on what's on the APRS situation. And we'll move towards the back, so we'll go into the back door. And back here we can see another extension of the console. Actually, what I will do is I'll move the driver's seat forward so we can see what's going on. This little box here holds the APRS radio, which is an ICF121S, I think it is, and that's got a Cantronics TNC on it, and that plugs into the ham HUD. And this whole box was built so that I can have easy access, and if I just undo a couple of screws, the whole side hinges down and we can get access inside. We've got an NMEA distributor there, which allows data from the GPS to be sent to up to 8 devices. The ham HUD junction box, which takes the NMEA and TNC data and then goes via a single umbilical cable through to the ham HUD. And this device, while it's turned on, is not being used at the moment. That's an L-band differential GPS receiver. I've let the subscription lapse on that, but I've left it in there just in case I want to use its services in the future. So the radio and the TNC are mounted on the lid, and that hinges up and hides all the mess, but allows me easy access for servicing. On the back seat, that's a tiny tracker used for HF APRS that is connected into the transceiver body, and I can then just connect the NMEA input, which also provides power when I need to operate APRS on HF. Behind the back seat is some more stuff. In here we can see the transceiver body for the ICF7000. I think it's based on a marine radio. I think the ICM801 sort of design, I think. I could be wrong about that. An interface which allows the ICOM to talk directly to the SGC tuner, which is behind the back, and I'll show you that in a minute. Have an air compressor for re-inflating tyres after deflating for sand driving and mud driving. Very handy thing, and that's actually mounted on rubber shock absorbers, so it's a bit of resilience when it's operating. On the back of a tray is an antenna. That's the 2-meter antenna for APRS, and there's the GPS antenna up there. You can see the the tuner for the HF radio, another spare antenna base, and on this side is a UHF antenna, and that is for the UHF commercial radio. Under this side, here we go, that's a DC distribution box. We've got a main DC feed comes in from the engine bay, and then a set of fuses and some relays in there to run the compressor. And the HF radio gets its power directly through this box here. I do have a heavy duty Anderson 50 amp connector for a gel battery, which can sit on the back floor here and just provide us a 2 battery setup. Under the passenger seat, you might be able to make out there's the IC2820H transceiver body under there. I have settled on Anderson power poles for all the DC connections in the vehicle, and that makes things a whole lot easier when you're wanting to connect other devices in. When everything's a common connection, it makes it a whole lot easier. And now up in the roof is a roof console. At the front there are 2 gauges, one for turbo boost pressure and an exhaust gas temperature. I have some rocker switches which allows to switch the dual battery system on and off, control the spotlights, turn the compressor on and off, there we go, and also the LED map lights up there as well, which are swivel. You can sort of swivel them around to aim them where you want to aim them, and that's very nice, although the red makes it hard to see anything that's written in red, but it's really good for night vision. That's the speaker for the 2820, and the interior light is a dual mode, red or white, and they can be dimmed as well depending on how long you hold your finger on the button. That's made by Hella. That's a really nice interior light to replace the factory one. And I have 4 empty switch holes there for any other purposes. I do have a 12 wire umbilical cable that goes from the roof console down into the engine bay to allow for expansion and flexibility with changing things. And that's about it. So this is how VK5ZEA operates mobile. Thank you for watching the video, and I sure hope you enjoyed it. This is VK5ZEA 73s for now, and we'll talk to you again soon.